Well, hey everyone, it is Sunday again and I am back. So, I finished my sweater. But before I show you my sweater and tell you my struggles, my more struggles, I was watching Heather's video this morning and she stopped herself from saying my banned word. But then she typed it in on the screen. And just so you know, typing it is just like saying it. If you don't know me real well, my banned word is super cute. In the crafting community, and it doesn't matter what kind of craft you do, everybody says super cute. And it drives me crazy because there are like tons of other words that you can use to describe what you've made. I don't know. It's just, for years now, that is one thing that has just really bothered me. So I've come up with a list of other words that you can say instead of super cute. So get your pen and paper ready, because here goes. And this was just a simple Google search. So, are you ready? Adorable. This plushie is adorable. Precious. Darling. Delightful. Charming. Am I going too fast? I can slow down if you're writing. Captivating. Maybe. Enchanting. Depending on the type of item. Heavenly. That one might be pushing it. Sweet. Sweet's a good one. Fetching. Maybe. Dreamy. Not so sure about that one. Pleasing. Appealing. Lovely. Exquisite. Beautiful. Pretty. So just take note. There are other words besides super cute. And I catch myself all the time where it's wanting to come out and I'm the one who doesn't like it. So that was just my PSA. All right, so my sweater. I finally finished it. And let me tell you, I had to work under some furry conditions. Toby. 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 I cannot work with you doing that. Toby. It wasn't easy to do under these circumstances. I just finished weaving in my ends this morning. Hopefully I got them all. And, okay, I want to pick it up the right way, so I got to find the shoulder seam. Okay, so here it is. We finished the border, put the cuff, and like I thought, the sleeve is a little bigger than it should be. So it's a little baggier than I would like. I am not over the moon with how it turned out, but I do like it. And my arms are chilly, so I'm going to put it on. So here we go. See how I have my arms up here. Way too much space in the sleeve. But it'll work. It will work. So while I was making this, and because Mr. Toby would not leave this sweater alone, thank goodness his fur is about the same color, I would take a break, and I decided I was going to make a hippo. So I went back to the Rosalie Toys pattern. It's a free one on Instagram. And this time I used Sweet Snuggles Light instead of Parfait Chunky. And this thing's a beast. It is just huge. Now, the only thing I have not done to it yet is put the mouth on it. And I'm not sure if I'm going to. So, here it is. I'll show you next to my head. It's big. I was very limited on my color choices because I was trying not to order some yarn, but I caved, and I did. I did 3 of the buy 2 get 1 free deals that Michaels has on just the Sweet Snuggles Light, and a couple of them are a few different shades of gray because I'm still trying to figure out what gray I used on Totoro. So we have this ginormous hippo, and got to use my eye tool, which I am loving. I am loving this eye tool. But on the eyes that have the sinker eyes, and they have like, what'd you call it, a dome shape, I haven't really had a problem getting it to go on, but I feel like it's not on because the yarn is so thick. There's not like a lot of space for it to snap onto. So I can't snap it down. Like when you go to snap it on, you hear one click, and then you can go down a little further and get it clicked. I like it to go as far as I can get it to go so that I know that it's on, and I can't get past that first click. But I think that's because the yarn is so thick. Parfait Chunky, I don't have that problem. But the Sweet Snuggles, and gosh only knows how Bernat would be, I do have a problem with it. But this one is, I believe, coral. They also have another color that is peach pink. So I'm not sure. They look very similar. At least online they do. So I'm not sure which one this is. I think it is coral. And I would call this a mint green, but I think they call it baby green. And I used yellow for the flower. I just, like I said, very limited on colors because I've been using a lot of the Sweet Snuggles lately. Now, I have not got that yarn order yet because I just did it. And I wouldn't have if it wasn't on sale like that. So I got free shipping, and it was buy 2 get 1 free. So basically half price. In my breaks that I was taking, because Toby loves this sweater. If he sees that I have it on, he's going to come over and try and lay on me. Let me give you some context on that. Jenna has been gone all week. She has been house sitting and dog sitting. So Toby's been left with me. And he usually shares his attention with all of us. But I've been getting all his attention. A lot of his attention. Like, he's been sleeping with me. He's been on my desk. If I leave the room, he follows me out of the room. If I come back in, he comes back in. He's just wherever I went, that's where he went. So I wonder if he's got some abandonment issues. I don't know. But he's been like a Klingon. We'll have to name him Mr. Worf. So, in my breaks, because Toby wouldn't let me work on my sweater, I did another reindeer. And this time I did some really big tweaks to the pattern. And it's Madeline Mako's pattern. It's a cute pattern. Like I said, I think it's one of her first ones because it required a lot of sewing. So I just looked ahead to find out where does she say to sew the ears, where does she say to sew the arms, and crocheted them in. So on this one, I was trying to do a little Christmassy color. And so I did a red, and I believe the Michaels yarn is called Rhubarb. And I did seed pearl and terracotta. So this is the deer. Now, what I did different is I shortened the arms 2 rounds. It could possibly be shortened another round or so. I gave it, if you can see, a little poochy belly instead of it being flat. I changed the way the ears were done because deers have really big ears. And I also changed the antlers to using a bobble stitch for this part instead of making a separate piece and having to sew it on. Again, I used a smaller hook to do the muzzle. Otherwise, my muzzles always end up too darn big. I think, I mean, I wrote down what I did, but I think when I did the belly, I had to add an extra round so that I could get the little poochiness that I wanted. You know, they need a little pot belly instead of being flat. But I think it turned out okay. A few more tweaks and I'll probably have it the way I like it. Or, better yet, just start from scratch and do my own. Yeah. But I think it turned out pretty cute. These are a little tall. I mean, I think they're not bad, but they're a little tall. And it's the same amount of rounds that the pattern called for, but my other antlers on the other one, I don't believe are that tall. But anyhow, yeah. So this is the deer with some changes that I made. So I was thinking, I have one more thing to show you, but I wanted to run this by you first. I was thinking, so many people do what they call Vlogmas, and that is where they upload a video every day from the 1st of December up until the 25th of December. Usually, it is all Christmas related. Well, we don't get real Christmassy around my house. Not anymore. When my 2 older kids were younger, we did. I went all out, inside, outside. And then when John and I got together, that kind of went by the wayside. His 2 kids, we each had 2 kids, and then we have Jenna together. So his 2 kids weren't as hyped up and excited about Christmas as my 2 were. So, but Alex, my oldest, was already grown and moved out. And then Brandon was like 9, I think. Their way of doing Christmas kind of rubbed off on everyone else. Not that it's a bad thing. It just, the excitement wasn't there. And that's how Jenna grew up around the other kids, where the excitement wasn't there. So we don't do all that stuff around here anymore. Not to mention it's a lot of work. But, you know, when you watch these Vlogmas things, they show, oh, they're making their morning coffee, or they're going through the drive-thru at Starbucks, or they're out shopping, or, you know, they're decorating their house or whatever. And I'm not all about that. So my point is, I want to try and do it. No promises that I'll be able to keep up with it, because that's a lot of work, recording and editing. And like maybe just make a little small item each day. You know, like maybe a mini bird and a turtle or a snake or something small, something quick. And give it a shot. So what do you think? Is it worth my time? Okay, so we'll move past that. I'm going to try it. I don't know that I'll be able to keep up, but I'm going to give it my best shot. I don't know if it'll be something you'll be interested in, but hopefully you will. I was chatting with Heather, And she treated herself to a couple of new patterns. And I can't say that I haven't bought any in a while, but I haven't bought as many in a while. I've been trying to control myself. But with everybody having these Black Friday sales, I decided I'm going to pick up 2 patterns, and I got really good sale prices. And I've only made one. I'm saving the other to maybe do in one of those videos. And maybe, I don't know. Because I really don't like to do other people's patterns like that, because I'm not talking about doing tutorials. I'm just talking about, you know, like crochet with me type videos. So I bought 2, and I did one of them. I started it last night and then finished it up this morning. And the only thing I had left to do this morning was sew on the head, make this little scarf, and weave in the ends. Everything else was finished last night. But I think this thing is just adorable. And it is by the Crochet Code AU. And it is this little moose. Now this one is in Parfait Chunky with a 4.5 millimeter hook. Usually I use a 5 millimeter with Parfait Chunky, but some of the colors have been very thin lately, and I had to come down in size. So this is done with Teddy Bear. I have no chocolate, and Premier is out of stock. So this is Espresso and Toffee and Poppy Red for the scarf. So it was fairly quick, considering I was watching a movie when I was making it. I mean, because at first I got confused, like I'm scrolling through this, I think it's an 18-page file, and I see the legs, and it says make 2. So I go down, and I'm looking, and I go all the way to the end, and I'm like, am I supposed to make 4? Where's the arms? Well, I just passed it right up when I was speeding ahead and flipping through. So we get started. Very simple. Nothing outrageous or out of the ordinary. Like no short rounds, nothing like that. The muzzle, I really liked how they did the muzzle. You make the muzzle and then go into the head. But they did one little trick that helped it stand out, where it almost looks like it was sewn on. And it was not. It is all one piece. The little antlers, are they called antlers on a moose? These are crocheted in. You make 2 little ones separate, and you crochet it into the bigger piece. So other than, let's see, you have to sew these on. You sew the antlers on, you sew the ears on, and then you sew the head onto the body. Everything else is crocheted in. And it was a fairly quick and easy pattern. So I did get asked before for a moose. Just once recently. And because it has a red scarf, it kind of gives Christmas vibes. A little. This being in red kind of gives Christmas vibes, just a little. The hippo does not. I know I should be making another Grinch, but I just don't feel like it. I just don't know what to expect. I have over 400 plushies. I'm pretty sure I still have over 400 plushies, even with the markets I've been to and the little I've sold, because I've still been making, even though I haven't been making a ton. I've still been making. And even with the sales from the dungeon, I'm pretty sure I still have over 400. I'm not going to count them. But I have this coming Saturday a market. Supposedly it's a good one. We'll find out. Then on the 14th and 15th, I have a 2-day market, supposedly a good one. Again, we'll find out. And then January 3rd, I have that market that I've been really wanting to get into. And I don't expect a lot from that day because it is so close to after Christmas, but I still have to have presentation. So I'm not really sure what I should be working on. I don't know. Anyhow, yeah, that's all I have at the moment. I made 3 plushies and I finished my sweater and I love the colors. What would I do different? I would probably definitely make the sleeves not so big. And I would go longer because once I put this part on, it seemed to pull up a little bit. So I would go longer and adjust the width of the sleeve. Just a few inches. All right, you guys. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. It was pretty uneventful around here, just the 3 of us, and we have lots of leftovers. So, yeah, I'm sick of turkey. We're having something else tonight. But yeah, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving and got to spend time with the people that you wanted to spend time with and had a great meal and all that good stuff. And hopefully you didn't go and spend a ton of money on Black Friday. Were you good? Did you behave? I didn't leave the house. I stayed here. So I saved myself a fortune. Yeah. All right, you guys. I will see you in the next video. Maybe tomorrow.